Welcome everybody to the schedule page for this course in computer science. The schedule page, as I will show you right now, is a launching point to all the weeks of the course. Now I've laid out 15 weeks in the schedule here. The course actually goes a little longer than 15 weeks, but it gives you an idea approximately what you should be doing, and those last few weeks are on your final project. So what I've done is I've opened up a sample week to give you an idea of kind of what the things you're going to encounter as you move through the schedule week by week. It starts with something called the overall summary. Is the first thing you're going to encounter. Now, the way I've described the overall summary is it's a quick snapshot of that week's plan. So if you're looking for a 1 or 2 sentence description of what you're going to be doing that week, including active links to the content, then that's what the overall summary is. It's a one sort of read of what's going on. The next thing you're going to encounter is week's learning experiences. So the learning experiences, usually in the form of a list, describes some stuff with the active links that I've described as what you should be looking at or watching or reading that week. Essentially what you should be drawing in, what you should be learning. Whether it's reading the website or reading a PowerPoint or watching a YouTube video, you're drawing in or being taught those concepts. So you're activating your visual and your auditory learning. The next thing you're going to encounter is the work's week goals, also in the form of a list, also with active links. And the way I've described the work goals is, unlike the experiences, which have you visually and auditory learning, work goals are things you actively do. So it's kinesthetic learning. It's learning by actions. You're actually doing things. So you might be wondering, well, what should I be doing this week other than watching or reading? You should be doing the work goals, which could include examples that you should be going through and trying, etc. The next and final thing you'll encounter is the week's assessments. Okay, also in the form of links and a list for you. And the way I've described the assessments, as you would imagine, that's the work you should be doing that's worth marks for your assigned grade in this course. Assessments reinforce the learning. They allow me to measure what you're doing to make sure that you're on track. And that's essentially what the assessments are for. The final thing I want to cover in this video real quick is just some of the verbiage or vocabulary I use week by week, just so you have an idea kind of what I mean, and it's also listed here on the page. So if you see the word start or starting, by this I mean that whatever this content is, this would be a good week for you to begin it. Okay? If you are a little behind schedule and don't begin it this week, not a big deal, don't stress too much, but it gives you an idea of ballpark approximately where you should be. If you see the word continue or continuing, then this is most likely content that started in a previous week and now is continuing on through this week. If you haven't started this material yet and you see the word continue, then you probably want to accelerate your pace to get onto this material so you don't fall too far behind. And then finally, if you see the word complete, as you would imagine, that means that this would be a good week to start finishing up that particular piece of content. If you have not yet started that content and you see the word complete, then you should feel a little more pressure to really accelerate your pace so you don't fall too far behind and leave a lot of stuff for the end of the course. All right, that's the schedule page for you. Email me if you have any questions.